Prophet Ogola. I'm the president of Linda Jamii. Today we are giving a Solomonic direction as we are staring in the face of impeding failed state, a confused opposition, a shameless judiciary, and a parliament that has lost touch with the wananchi, how they feel. So the government has lost focus on defending the constitution of Kenya, and that's our worry. Remember, the president said that he is unstoppable when it's come to implementing the housing levy, which has been declared unconstitutional by judiciary. And Linda Jamii went to court and challenged the Finance Act, and where we won was the area of house levy. When the president says he's unstoppable in implementing it, and the court cannot do anything to stop them from doing something which is unconstitutional, and even the court having agreed that something unconstitutional would still have stay in order, it means that for sure judiciary is completely shameless of that. We're also having a challenge whereby our education system is being run in a way to suggest there's nothing to do with what is called educational policy, because Kenya has educational policy. You see what happened in KCP. You see what's happening with the changes in the fund that runs, for example, the HELP fund. All changes taking place in the education system shows there's no policy. It's only what the president wants that happens. We're also seeing a lot of confusion in the healthcare institutions, whereby it looks like there's no health policy in Kenya, health funding in Kenya, whatever it is. Any president coming can change the fund to what looks like his name. Also, we are seeing a lot of interference in the security system in Kenya to suggest there's no defense policy. So a state where there's no health policy, there's no fiscal policy, there's no domestic policy, there's no foreign policy, there's no education policy, there is no governance institutions, constitutional institutions like parliament, judiciary, legislature, among other constitutional offices. When those all cannot work, when someone can be able to ascend to government power without vision, someone can be a leader without vision, somebody can be a leader without competence, success is no longer a factor of your hard work or what you put in. It makes the citizens become completely helpless, because young people are wondering, if by working hard I cannot make it, but someone by doing nothing they can make it. People can become rich by doing anything. We have a state whereby individuals are richer than the state itself. Some individuals in Kenya can finance the Kenyan budget without blinking an eye. We also have a state whereby judges are richer than law firms. In all the world, I've done my research as an economist. Any system where judges are richer than law firms, it means justice is more expensive. Therefore, justice is less affordable and therefore less accessible. And when justice is less accessible, even business can operate. We have a system whereby the government is overborrowing and there is no accountability. The government is overtaxing and there is no accountability. The system is simply showing that we are looking at what is called a failed state on the eye. And then that is where the challenge mostly is. Because with all this in place, there is no money in circulation. People cannot do business because interbank rating has gone very high, that the money in circulation is not there. So with all these challenges Kenyans are facing, we are thinking opposition could do something. Well, they went to the sea telling us they'll solve the problem. The only thing they have gotten from there is that they have gotten a position, a leader of opposition. That's what makes them confused, because the current constitution of Kenya is very clear. The constitution is very clear that parliament is the opposition. There is nothing like an opposition. Why? We have a pure presidential system. Parliament should be the opposition. But they are saying they have been bought by the State House. They are appendage of State House. In Azimio, they should know Opiyo and I, who is leader of minority, is their leader of opposition. Now they have gone to Bomas and said they want a leader of opposition with official office, with the budget and the rest. And also they are adding us Prime Minister, and adding us again 2 deputies. All these shows that there is no one is looking at the plight of Kenyans. And that is why we come in as Linda Jamii. We want to give you hope that you should not be able to be under despair. What is this hope all about? I get my inspiration from the former president of the United States called Barack Obama. When Barack Obama left Harvard, he went and started organizing communities. Organizing communities because they were on their own. It's like a sheep without a shepherd. So Kenyans are like a sheep without a shepherd. And who is going to be their shepherd? Linda Jamii will be their shepherd. What are we doing? Today we are here with leaders of Bunge la Wananchi, CBD here in Jivanji Gardens. We have also been visited by one of them from Kisumu. Here is called Lawrence Otieno. We are going to organize a caucus of all Bunge la Wananchi throughout the country in 40 town halls to start looking for solutions for Kenya. Organizing Kenya in 3 things which are important, because liberation requires political liberation, economic liberation, and social liberation. So we are going to work with our foreign partners which have signed agreement with us and local partners to organize women groups, youth groups, and even men groups in how to bring development for themselves. Because when the state is doing nothing to you, actually you can survive. And let me tell you what, Kenyans, when the state does not give you food on the table, does not pay for education, does not pay for your healthcare, does not pay for your security, do you know that even if that state collapses, you can still be alive? Remember when Moi was here, nearly nothing was provided. Even in primary school, we paid school fees. Now with this state not being caring about us, but caring about themselves, we have a state which is called Kula Kwanza, in the name of Kenya Kwanza. Then we have Azimio, or the opposition, which says, kula ujeru yenu, sisi kama Linda Jamii tutasema tukule pamoja. We shall organize ourselves into political, social, and economic units to start addressing the issue of unemployment among ourselves without looking for state jobs. Because the lies about the jobs in state is too much. Because you cannot tell us that you have employed 56 teachers who are employed in the other units which are not teachers. Do you tell me people who lost their job in the hotel industry have been employed to become teachers? Did they study to be working in the hotel? So the president's statement is completely reckless. For any intelligent Kenyan knows that he is completely lying to Kenyans. And I want to say that the president should just become honest, be decent, start doing your work, say the truth, be honest about this matter. Because even when you compare yourself with Singapore were very important about honesty, the pragmatism. What is pragmatic about house levy? What is pragmatic about hustler fund? What's pragmatic about 3 million promises you have made to Kenyans since you became president? The president makes on average 220 promises per day. If you multiply that by number of days in office, there are too many promises. Enough about promises. Start now implementing the promises before you promise the other ones.